I am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is Righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get your sports over here from near and far. Boy, 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 boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Jamaican herbs and spices add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Well, good evening, greetings, and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am your host, Man is Man, and it is my joy and pleasure to be with you this evening as we do one more episode of the Coaches Corner, where we will be speaking to one of the legendary coaches in Jamaica's coaching history. When it comes down to developing talent, this man has had a stellar career. More than 40 years in service to this country, in building the foundation for many talented young footballers. He's here to share his story and his journey and to give us his thoughts and perspective as to where we are at and how do we get to where we should be and where we need to be. It doesn't need any long introduction. If you remember us qualifying for the Under-20 World Cup, qualifying for the Under-17 World Cup, he played an instrumental role in all of that, a paramount role. And so we are in elite company. In fact, I feel so honored that I've got the privilege to do this. And so without any further ado, I'm going to introduce to I Am Sure Sports, Mr. Jackie Walters.
Sir.
Greetings, Mr. Walters.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, should I knight you tonight and call you Sir Jackie Walters?
No, nothing like that, sir.
No,
I'm pretty much a very humble person.
Okay, all right. But first, I want to thank you so much for this opportunity that I have of sharing this platform with you and doing this interview with you. As long as I can remember, you have been a household name in football, and you're still doing it now. I don't know if you'll ever stop until the good Lord comes back for this sweet world and take us
Blessed
all
Savior.
home. The blessed Savior. But I want to again thank you, and to all the persons who are watching, I want to thank you as well for joining at this time. And remember, this video is sponsored by Trick Nick. Trick Nick is a Jamaican owned and operated company in Canada, and they use authentic Jamaican herbs and spices to make all their products. And they're offering 25% discount on all their products. And all you have to do is to use the code I am sure sports 001, and you'll get 25% discount, and they ship worldwide. And so check them out and let them know you heard about them from I Am Sure Sports. So Mr. Walters, this is like, we have a section on the show, as you know, called the Legends Corner. And you're one of those legendary coaches in Jamaica's footballing history. We want you to share with us tonight, just when did this all start for you? When did you got involved in football, and what was that like? And just share with us. I mean, it's 40 years, and you don't have enough time to share all of it, but just take us through the journey to where you're at today. And as you speak, we will ask questions.
Okay.
Right. So go ahead. Where did it all start?
Well, it actually started in Vineyard Town, Kingston 3. I used to spend a lot of time down at Kingston College, watching George Thompson coach the Kingston College team of 64-65, And after that, I used to watch the Vineyard Town minor league team train. And I was asked by Mr. Clovis McLean if I wanted to start coaching. And I said yes. So it all started there, about 1973, about that time.
Okay, so but did you play football?
Well, I used to train. There's a club named Nascimento. I spent a very short time there. Yes. Then I went to Cavalier.
Okay.
I actually played Division 2 for about a season. Center half, a goalkeeper.
What?
And I'm still Leighton Duncan.
Okay. But you never played schoolboy football though?
None whatsoever.
Whoa.
I went to Papine at the time, which was a senior school.
Yes.
And then I attended St. Andrew Training Center, which now has become part of Stats.
Oh, you see all these things I didn't know. St. Andrew Training Center has now become a part of Stats.
Right, that's correct.
Okay, so your first coaching was you were at Vineyard Town.
Yes.
And you're working close to give us the name again.
Clovis McLean. He was
McLean.
the vice president of the Minor League Football Association.
Okay, and so you are part of the coaching setup at Vineyard Town.
Yes, that is so.
And what were they playing at that time?
It was minor league. It was under 17 at the time.
Oh, so you were okay. So I suspect you were very young at this time, coaching minor league.
Yes, man. Yes,
okay.
Man.
All right. So I mean, how did that go? What did you learn, and then how did you progress from there to your next coaching job?
Well, I went in 1978. I attended my first international coaching course in England, and it was a very interesting course. I actually ran a session, and I was applauded by all the players, all the other coaches, because they felt I had done a very good session. The coach at the time, I think his name was Barry, came over to me and said, I think you'll make a very good coach, but you need a pair of boots. Yes? That's what the Englishman told me. In order for me to be a good coach, I need a pair of boots. Yeah?
So what did you have on? Why you would say that?
I had on a turf.
Oh.
I wasn't barefooted.
Okay. Okay. So
at the time I came back, we actually won minor league I had changed to Mountain View. They were changed to Cavalier. I actually won minor league there about 2 or 3 occasions. I can't remember.
At Cavaliers.
At Cavalier, yeah.
Okay.
It was just formed by the Mountain View and Vineyard Town, changed it into Cavalier.
Oh, so the Cavaliers team is actually originally was
no, not the Cavalier team, but the youth team. The youth team.
Oh, the youth team. Okay, it was Mountain View, youth from Mountain View and Vineyard Town coming together. Yeah. Okay.
If you could recall, at the time, the CASAFA was insisting that football should be community-based. Not club per se. Oh. So we were Vineyard Town at the time, and then we changed to Mountain View, and then we became part of Cavalier, representing that region.
Okay.
After that, I moved to to Real Mona Football Club, which I actually again won minor league there, won under 14 there. I also did one man under 14 at Cavalier also. Then I went on to Portmore at the time, and I was there with their youth program. I also won under 15 there also, you know. And
that's Portmore United.
Yes, Portmore United. Yes, I was in charge of the youth program.
I mean, what year? That was like in 2000s.
Yes, man. No,
man, we don't even reach so far yet, you know, because I want to know like some of the players, like in your early coaching career in the, you know, who are some of the players that you worked with? I mean,
Peter Cargill was for one.
As a youth player.
Yeah, as a young player. Yeah, Peter Cargill was.
Where was he at? Where did
he was at Camperdown. I met Camperdown at the time.
Oh, so you were coaching at Camperdown as well?
Yes, right.
So what was the first? So now you talk about some of the clubs you coached in your early time. Which one are the school teams or the first school team?
The first school team was Camperdown. It was Camperdown 1978. Yes.
That was the first job to coach in the school system.
That's correct. Yes. It is.
Okay. All right. So 1978. How long did you stay, and how good was that? And who were some of the players you worked with? What were the accomplishments there at Camperdown?
Well, I won Manning Cup on about 3 occasions.
At Camperdown?
At Camperdown. We were triple champions in 1982 with Peter Cargill as the captain. You know? Okay.
Who are some of the other marquee players in that team
well, again, it was Peter Cargill. You know, Eric Maynard. You know, Thomas McLean, I met there in it. You know,
okay.
Barrington, I don't quite remember his name. We call him Gull at the time. Okay. You know, they were really quality players. You know.
Okay, so this
also the legendary Errol Blake. He was at Camperdown also during that time.
Okay, so this is 1982 when you won.
Yeah, I won the triple champion in 1982.
Right.
After winning in 78 and 79.
Oh, so you won 78 at Camperdown
and 79
at Camperdown. Yeah.
You lost the Excelsior in the finals 80.
Yeah? In 1980 you lost the Excelsior. This was Halleman was coaching at Excelsior at that time?
No, it was Jeffrey Maxwell.
Oh, Jeffrey Maxwell.
Yes, it was. Yes.
Okay, so you went to the finals in 78, in 79,
and 80, yes.
80.
Yeah.
And then you went back in 82.
Won in 82, yes.
With Camperdown, won all things.
Yes, triple champion.
Olivia Shield,
Walker Cup. Yes.
Okay, awesome. All right, so that's Camperdown. I mean, so after the 82 season, did you stay there or did you move on?
Yes, I stayed there for a while. We won the Walker Cup in 1988.
Okay.
87, 88. I think that is probably the most talented team I've coached to date. Yes.
87, the 88 Camperdown team.
Yes, we won the Walker Cup in 1988.
All right. Who are some of the people that why you call it the most talented team you have coached?
But I play them Bucky Barnes, Carlton Simmons, you know, Pepsi, Troy Pinnock, Adonis Maxwell. The other day, you know.
Yes, Troy Pinnock. Pepsi was in that team.
Yes, man. Dane Walker. You know, it's a very talented team.
Right. So that's a team that was good and never won Manning Cup. The best.
So, yes.
One of the best teams that never won Manning Cup. Right. So whose fault was it? Was it the coach?
Like the Brazil 82 team.
Was that the coach's fault or the player's fault or the management's fault?
You choose anyone. But to be honest with you, at the time, I was a bit hesitant because the nutrition wasn't what it should have been. So to push them physically to a level, that would have been difficult, you know.
Okay. So this is Camperdown still.
Yes.
Were you involved during this period in any other national setup, or is it just schoolboy football you're working
with? About 80. I was involved in the national. I was assistant coach to Bradley Stewart at the national team at the time, national under 20 team at the time. Roundabout there, yes.
Oh, this is the same time during Troy Pinnock and
Adonis it was much earlier. It was about 80, 81, 82.
Oh, this is during the Cargill era.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, so you and Bradley Stewart work together. You know, I just interviewed Bradley on Monday.
Okay.
I did an interview with him. He didn't tell me that part of the story that both of you worked together, man.
We went to Guatemala. I think we went to Guatemala at the time. Yeah.
Okay, so that was good experience.
Yes, man.
So all right. So now your main coaching qualification was what you did in England, but you're having some success. Right.
Also went to Mexico.
That's during this.
Mexico.
What year did you?
1980. I went to Mexico in 1980. I think. Yes, about there.
Right, to do some of the coaching courses.
Yes, that is so.
Oh, okay. All right. So what were some of the things you learned in England as a coach that you brought back to Jamaica, and in Mexico as a coach that you brought back to Jamaica to change how football was either played or managed from a coaching perspective?
Football, in a sense, in those days, was a question of getting the players to understand the kind of collective approach, working together as a team. Yes, football is not too much to the feet, but to the brain. Yes, and the young players must understand that. That was part of it, And the physical development of the team also was critically important. It's an integral part of being successful in terms of developing how you want your team to play.
So some of these things are what you'd have learned on your coaching thing in Mexico and in England and brought back to the game.
Definitely so.
Here in Jamaica. All right, so now you're at Camperdown and you're having all of this success. I mean, did you stay any longer? Or did you leave? And did you move on from Camperdown? And
yes, I moved on. I moved on to Clarendon College at the time in 94. I went to Clarendon College in 1994. Yes.
Okay.
And I actually won the Costa Cup in 1994 with Clarendon College.
Your first year there, you won the Costa Cup.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, this was the Colonel Learman.
No, man, that Colonel is Glenmuir. That is up the road.
Okay. Oh, no. Yes. So this Clarendon College team had who? Who were some of the players that?
Well, that's a long time, So I
forgot to give up my memory again. Kevin Deere?
No, Kevin Deere was 98.
Okay.
We had a player named Monitor, was a very good central defender at the time in that first year. But a very good goalkeeper. Because we actually lost 3-0. I think it was 3-0 to the side for Montego Bay. And we played them in the finals at the Manning Cup. At the Costa
Hold on. I mean, Adan is calling me. I'm going to have to stop the interview because he wants to talk to you. So just hold on a sec. Mr. Maxwell. Yeah, all right. You big him up yourself, man. I put you on speaker so he can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Bless up you. Every time. Great memories. Great memories.
He said,
yeah. Yeah, man. Aye.
You will make them know about Adonis Maxwell. You have said that to all time.
Yes,
Yeah, man, love coach.
Bless up, man. Bless up, my brother.
Love and respect the big coach.
Yeah, man. All right, Adonis.
Love my brother.
Yeah, man. Bless up.
All right.
Yeah, people, you know that is Adonis Maxwell, so we had to stop and take that call. We couldn't go on without having the big up and say a lot of love and respect to him. Say without you, they would not have heard about him. So there you go. Right. So you won it your first year with Clarendon College, having spent most of your career in the schoolboy system, coaching at Camperdown. So you won Manning Cup and you come and you have won the Costa Cup in 1994. All right.
94,
how long did you...
96 and 98.
Oh, so you won 94, 96 and 98.
Right, at Clarendon College, yeah.
Okay. Did you win any 3?
No. Didn't win the 3. Yes, we have won the 3. I think it was 96. I don't quite remember.
Somebody's reminded.
We're shared with Donovan. Olivia shared with Donovan Technical.
Okay, somebody's reminding us that Christopher Dawes was on the Clarendon College team that you were talking about.
No.
In 1994?
He was the year before I went there. 91.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's about 91 there. It's about that time he was there.
Okay, he was here 91. Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah. Just about that time.
okay. So you won at Camperdown.
Yeah.
You right? I mean 3 times. You won it in
Yeah.
the Cargill. 3 times at Cargill. You come to Clarendon College and you win 94,
Four
96,
and
98.
Yeah.
3 times again.
Yes. Yes.
All
yes,
right.
yes.
This is awesome. And then
Yeah.
after Clarendon College, it was during this time as well you were a part of the Jamaica setup again.
Right. Yes.
So tell
yes,
us
that's
about
correct.
that. Tell us about that whole thing and the
Well,
qualification.
after 94, René Simoes came to Jamaica and he invited me to be part of the coaching staff. So we went on and selected players to be part of that historic team that qualified for the World Cup. In terms of scouting the country, and trying to get the talented players, players that demonstrate the kind of qualities that we're looking for in terms of them technical ability and the capacity to understand what we want, with the direction we want the game to go.
Okay.
And
that's with the senior team.
No, that was the under 17 team.
Under 17 team, and they qualified for the World Cup.
Under 17, right?
The
99.
99, right?
Yes.
And you are a part of and you're at Monroe now.
Yeah, actually went back to Glenmuir.
To Glenmuir, okay.
Yeah, but I didn't spend much time there. No, I'm now at Monroe College.
You're at Monroe College.
Uh-huh.
All right. Whoa. All right. I hope we're not missing out anything. No. Have you ever coached at the senior level in terms of the Premier League level, or you have just always been around?
I had coached Harborview. That one is Casafa, Major League at the time.
Yes.
That historic game in the stadium with Harborview and Boys Town. Yes. I think
tell us about that.
It was 2-2 at the end of the full time, and they defeated us on penalty kicks at Harborview. Yes.
Oh, yes. I heard about it. Who was I interviewing and they were telling me about that game? I was interviewing somebody from Boys Town, Me have been Joe Dunn and they were talking about that game.
Yes, man.
I don't remember who it was.
That was unbelievable. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you coach at Harborview. That's probably you in terms of senior players. That's
right. And I also coach at Galaxy. Yes.
Oh,
Galaxy
that was back in the day, right? I remember.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
yeah.
In the prime of Galaxy, you coach there when they were in the Premier League.
Yes, man, definitely. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And I also coach at Port Morant.
That's when they had the Russell Latapi and all of those guys?
Yes. That year.
You're the coach out there?
I was there at the time. Then Alan Skill took it over from me after.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. But, I mean, Galaxy was a very good team.
Yes, man.
Very good team. I mean, and it's in Clarendon and that is where, But why the preference in coaching at the youth level more so than at the senior level?
Well, it just something that came naturally, and you spend more. I think you can make a greater contribution to the development of football if you help. Although I don't think any real serious development take place in Jamaica in terms of football. No real serious development. We participate a lot. Yes, we participate a lot. I say we are they have started some academies.
Yes.
Which ultimately will help to develop the game.
Yeah. I see so many people here. I see Tajon Jackson saying you coached him at Glenmuir. And he said I must ask you about Sporting Central Academy.
And I also did a stint at Sporting Central. Yes, that's true.
There you go.
That's true.
All right. And then Keith Murray here is saying that you coached him at the under 16 in 1988. This is Keith Murray. So they coached him at the national under 16 in 1988.
Right. That's well.
Yeah. All right. So here. So one of the big things that you and I had this conversation earlier, and you were talking about youth development versus talent identification.
Right.
Alluding to the fact that schoolboy football is not developmental football.
No.
It
No,
is
it's not.
talent
It's not.
identification.
Right.
Can
right.
you expand on that for us, please?
Okay. When a young man comes into high school, he comes in at the age of 10, 11. Okay. He has to compete against a 14-year-old to play on the under 14 team. Okay. Some of these youngsters, when they go into high school, is one thing on their mind, if them can make the under 14 team or not. And it should not be so. The environment should have been such that he sees that a process of his development as a player. Look what takes place in track and field. Class 4, class 3, class 2, class 1. Is a consistency right across the field. That does not happen in football. Most teams come together to train because they have a competition to play. Yes, that's a focus. The focus is not developing young players, putting them in an environment where they're focusing on their technical ability. Focus on the technical ability in order to develop what one would call the tools of them trade then. Yes? And at a certain age now, where one has set that foundation in terms of their technical development, they start to explore now the possibilities of the tactical aspect of the game. Although some basic tactics will take place at an early stage, but in order for you to develop a team, the technical ability of a team must be at a certain level. It must be. Else it don't make no sense. Okay?
Okay. That's interesting. A very interesting view, because basically, let me make sure that I'm getting this right. You're saying that in the high school, the football program begins at under 14.
Yes.
All right. So if it is under 14, when you come into first time into a school, some of the times the kids are 10, they're 11, and they're 12, trying to make an under 14 team.
Right. That's
right. You're saying that it shouldn't be so, because they're not going to play any football because the 14-year-old is probably going to play, or the 13-year-old is
right. Unless a 10, 11-year-old is exceptional, and the coach spot this young player with potential.
Yes.
And he facilitates him in the program. But you have players what you call late developers. Okay, if he doesn't get a chance at that level, he doesn't have the confidence to go there and challenge your team. But guess what? Suppose there was a program there when boy I'm going to go and learn to dribble better, I'm going to kick better. I'm going to learn. He focus on his technical skills to develop his technical skills. That will encourage him more. It's not about whether you can make the team or not. It's about whether you provide that environment for them to develop.
Yeah. So you're suggesting what they have a chance is you have class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4.
Right.
So in other words, that there should be something within the school that the 10 to 12-year-old can participate in to keep them active in the game.
Right.
Which is separate from the 13 to 14.
Right, that's correct.
But okay, so but can school programs actually facilitate?
That is it. It could facilitate it, you know. It could facilitate.
How when they're probably saying they are strapped for cash to run Pepsi, Coles, and Manning Cup. Should we add a new program, and how is that going to?
No. But yes, suppose you have PE, physical education, being taught in schools, don't right?
Yes.
Right. Then what I think could happen is those youngsters that are interested in football, when they come in first form and they go to the PE classes, they could be developing them skills in the PE class.
Yeah.
That is a possibility. Because right now, the clubs play an important role in the under 13, under 15, under 16. But how many clubs in Jamaica do that?
So really and truly, what you're saying is that schoolboy football is not developing the players?
No, sir. Not developing the players at an early age. Yes? If he continues playing football, continues playing football, ultimately he will learn and will progress. But I am saying, if you lay a solid foundation at 10, 11, 12, that player will be a far better player when he meets 16, 17, far better player. I've seen players who come to training at 16, 17, and when you watch them play, they have the ability, you know, but they have lost so many years not being exposed on a consistent basis to the fundamentals of the game. Yes, that is missing out.
Yes, so should this be a school-based approach, or should it be because again, schools have so many sporting programs, they have cricket, they have track and field, they have should it be
look on the well, as I say, it might be a cost factor, but look on track and field. How many when these teams win championship, how many boys and girls on the team? 70, 80, 50, 60. All I am saying is that when a youngster comes into high school, he should be given, if he wants to play football and love the football, we'll have to find some way facilitate that youngster. You know, in Kingston, the advantage in Kingston is that a lot of these players go to clubs, yes, which can facilitate that early development.
Yes.
But when somebody's out into some of the rural areas, man.
Yeah. So what you're really saying is that part of the missing link in our football development through the high school program is that that period between when they come into first form at 11 and by the time they get to 14, that gap there between around 11 to 13, that 2 years, most youngsters, unless they're exceptionally good, don't get to play in their under 14 school team. So they are dormant for 2 years, and it stagnates their development. So by the time they get to 14, they're catching up.
Right, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct.
And so what you're suggesting is that maybe we need to find something to kind of nullify that 2 years dead period.
That's correct. That is my view.
Yeah. Whoa, I mean that's kind of radical thing, because I was saying, what do you mean by talent identification and not development? But I have raised this question. I even raised this question recently. We have so many footballers that when we watch them in the Costa Cup and Money Cup, we say, whoa. And then after that, we hear that they have to go on trials and they didn't make it because they are not fully developed. They're lacking here and lacking there. And you wonder, what was all of these years? But what you're just saying to us is that these guys, sometimes they don't start until they reach fourth form. And says fourth form, fifth form, and if some go on to sixth form. Those years, which is really, especially for rural schools. Like if there's no tournament in Clarendon, what is going to happen to, like I said, between once they leave primary school at 11 and by the time they get into their under 14 team, what happens in that time?
Right. That's one of the reasons, you see, why Clarendon was doing so good in football when John Green was in charge of football in Clarendon, because he used to run a competition for under 13 players in the high schools. So in the high schools, So if I'm Glenmuir, Vere, Clarendon College, all the schools used to play in that competition. Yeah, so it gives the younger players an opportunity, the first farmers, an opportunity to be competitive, although there's still some lacking of a structured development process for them to develop. But at least...
Yes. I see what you're saying, because maybe what they should have is an under 12 competition.
Yes, something like that.
Because what that would do is that
even if under 12 competition, but an environment in the school where these players can learn the fundamentals. Not only and when they go into competition, that competition provides an assessment of where your program is in terms of their development.
Yeah. Critical point. So so let's come on now. So all right, that's how it is now. It needs to be fixed. What is happening? Because you have been in this coaching thing for over 40 years.
Yes.
What is happening now? Because a lot of people feel like coaching is getting better, but the talent pool, if you go back to your Adonis Maxwell and all of those guys, people will say like, what is happening to the players now? But the coaching is better, the surfaces are better, the nutrition is better.
Yes.
But it would appear that the Peter Cargills were better in their time than some of these guys today.
Yes, because there's too much distraction.
Talk to us about that.
You check a young man in school, how much time he spend on him phone? Eh? How much time he spend on him phone? These devices that they have, the Facebook, that, them spend a lot of time. They spend a lot of time doing it. If you play in a game, you check most of the schools. You play in a game. The night before the game, then take the phone for the boy them. Because they would have stayed up till all the man, you're on the device. Eh? It's a distraction. The discipline is not there to understand what kind of environment you're in. And there's a time for the phone. There's a time for the phone. But there's a time to rest and recover. How important sleep is. A lot of these players don't understand the importance of sleep. They don't understand it. How critical it is. They don't understand it.
But should the coaches in this, because I am thinking that we have more qualified coaches now than back in the days. Shouldn't these things be imposed or implemented by the coaches now that, listen, we're going to develop the discipline. This is what we,
But why should we reach a stage where the night before a game have to take with the phone? That means even under normal circumstances, yes? When the young man don't train hard, and him come to go and bed at a particular time, even when you do have a game, check him, you know, I'm there on him phone. Check him on him phone till all hours of the morning. So what missing there? What missing there? Eh? The body not getting a chance to regenerate and come again the next day. Eh?
Yeah. All right.
In the early days that never used to exist. That's why this player was so strong and durable.
Yeah. I've so many comments and questions, so we're going. I'm going to take some of them because I wanted to see all that the people are saying. Kingsley Wellington saying that in 1998 we win triple. I think that's a Clarendon College man.
Yes. Very good player.
Yeah, and then Karoom Huey worked at Excelsior there as a coach, saying that teacher and student of the game, you know. There you go. So let me just get some more here. Devon Porter want to find out from you why you didn't come to Stats to coach in 84, 85.
I was invited.
There you go. And then Dapper Agent in saying that there's no more Pepsi competition. Apparently there's no more Pepsis on the Colts.
Yeah, you play under 14. The under 14 replace the Pepsi.
Oh, under 14. Okay.
It was under 13 at the time for Pepsi. But they don't change it to under 14.
Oh, so you're saying that they need to go back to the Pepsi, which is under 13.
Or under 12 and have the under 14. Yeah.
All right. And Flavor the Sound saying that, saying, God bless Mr. Jackie Walters, the man that take me to Clarendon College. And then Ian Osborne is saying that you won, but you did correct yourself that it was 4 times that you won at
Clarendon College.
At Clarendon College. And then I see did coach in 1995, Edwin Allen, won under 16 competition, and you never give one youth a chance. I don't know. And then someone speaking. Then Devon again saying that Jackie, that player would be a finished product. You're absolutely correct. And that is that the whole idea that you have of that development at the early age. People are going to take as many of the comments as possible, but there's a lot that we have here to share. And so we're going to go through. I see Stefan Wright saying that the personal discipline with the players is the problem, right? And then Sefton is saying, it's not like the coaches are living with the players to monitor their sleep and all of that, which is part of the issue. What you're saying is that the players are distracted by so many things, and they're not putting in the kind of work that the Peter Cargills and the Adonis Maxwell. I remember when Adonis Maxwell was doing his video, he spoke about how he used to go over to the stadium and run the stairs. I mean, and just to get fit, people tell you about how a lot of these players, Hector Wright spoke about how he used to do his own individual and personal training. You know, you'd get up in the morning, and if you live close to any beach, you'd see certain players running down to the beach and all of those things. We're not seeing some of those things. And the players only play football during Manning and the Costa Cup, and that's the only time they really, yeah, but also I know that there's a problem at the schoolboy with the school football. Let me ask you this: would you consider restructuring how Manning and the Costa Cup is? Or you think in its present format it is okay? I'll give you an example. I saw a school getting 20-0. One got 28-0 today.
Yeah.
Should there be a tier system?
Of course there should be.
Should it be reconstructed? And if so, how would you reconstruct it to make it more competitive and stronger without recruiting and pulling players from schools, destroying the whole system? Go ahead.
You would definitely need a tier system. But let us look at the 20 and the 26 law. Okay. Now I would like to know when these teams started training. Because a lot of teams didn't start training until very late. Yes? What is long term them kind of result in a happening now. So being after the COVID situation, one never can tell what was the situation at the school.
Yes.
So we'll have to kind of try to find out that first.
But if the school is not ready, they could have pulled out. Elson pulled out.
Yeah, right. That's correct.
So you know, why would a team be allowed? Why would a school enter the competition knowing that they're unprepared? And the truth is, certain schools, like, will certain schools be ever able to compete with the Clarendon College, the St. Elizabeth Technical, the Glenmuir, these schools who are yearly strong competitors, because the JCs, all of those teams? Should it be a case? Yes, go ahead.
You see, these schools you just mentioned, you know, they have a strong old boy group that supports the program financially. You know, so a lot of people feel that when a coach is the coach, but all these teams that have been successful in schoolboy football, check out the management of the team.
What about the Camperdown team that you coach?
A lot of different, yeah.
Talk about the Camperdown. Did the Camperdown team have a good management system back in your time?
Well, a lot of old boys assisted. Yes, they were quite an interest. But I see something on the foot here that the 82 team were grown men, and they were very mature. They were very mature and responsible. Peter Cargill was like a slave driver. You could depend on him. Yes, you could depend on him as a leader.
Yes.
That made all the difference in that team. His support, his guidance, his leadership in that group made all the difference.
Yeah. I see someone is asking, and this is based on some video that was recently out, is do you make players run sprints or do push-up as a way of discipline? and then I see one of your players saying that it's a lot of conk. You get conk till you're weak. But how would you do a tier system that, you know, it don't mess up the whole system? Like to put schools, how would they determine which schools are in tier 1, like you have division 1 schools and division 2 schools? How would you do that?
What you have to do is look at the team that have been more consistent over the years.
Yeah,
there's quite a number of schools have been consistent. You can know that they're going to come out of them zone. No, they're going to be the top contenders. The Cornwall colleges, you know, there's other team there. You know, the Clarendon colleges, you know, those teams, KC, Georges, You know those teams going to do very good in terms of the competition.
Yeah.
So you could look at those things. But my point,
Yes.
if you had a tier system, yes, you had the stronger teams playing, you had the weaker teams. Now you can imagine the weaker teams played together and one of them is going to win. What that does for him when he wins that competition? The competition this year will never win it unless there are serious changes in the management of the team and how the team is, how the program is structured.
Yes.
You know, so give the lesser teams that would not normally be successful an opportunity. You know, so one can never tell if we win at that level and I'm looking for promotion. One never know what kind of support they might get from that time on. You know, I think that should be part of it too.
Yeah. Let me ask you. So you won 3 times at Camperdown, 3 times at Glenmore, 4 times at Clarendon. Which one of those championship, like, man, how the team played, how the team was? This was the team for you.
When the 82 Camperdown team,
yes,
and the 04 Glenmore team, yes,
the 2004 Glenmore team,
yes, and the 98 Clarendon College team. But as I say, the characteristic of the 82 team was maturity. These guys were committed. We spent a lot of time together. Yes, they were experienced. They were solid individuals who understood the kind of environment they were in. Yes, the 04 Glenmore team was excellent. Yeah.
Who are some of the players? Who are some of the players?
Cornel Learman.
Oh, Cornel Learman. Yes.
Cousins. You know.
Ricardo Cousins.
Yeah.
Eric Vernon.
Ashman.
Eric Vernon was on that team.
Yes. Sean Francis. Yeah. We had Sean Francis on one side and Vernon on the other side. Unbeatable.
You say it was unbeatable?
Unbeatable.
Yeah. You didn't lose any game?
We never lost a game. I think Connor scored over 30 goals, probably 40 goals too. Yes. So, and 4 of those players represented Jamaica in South America. In the I think the Panam games. And they won the silver medal for them.
Yes. Right. That was it. The Panam game that we did very well in. Yeah, Eric Vernon was on that team.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dwayne Ashman.
James Thomas.
Yeah, James Thomas, right. He was a good goal scorer as well.
Yes, man. Quality.
Yeah. I see somebody stop putting up the 1998 Clarendon team with King Wellington, Edward Parks, Kevin Deere, Sean Fraser, Anthony Sausage Bennett.
Anthony Bennett was a goal scorer of par excellence.
Yeah. You see all those words, the people going to ask, what you mean by that now, Mr. Watson? But this is the thing. Why you think that many of these players never transition? Is it a problem with the federation, or it is just the coaches at the schoolboy level that don't prepare the players well enough to transition to senior level? Because so many of these Clarendon College and Glenmore players never transition into the national setup and hold down a place in there.
Yeah.
What you think is the cause?
You have to understand, that the person in charge of the senior team or the under 23 team, he selects who he wants. And there are so many players there who have potential. He has to now decide, based on how he wants his team to play, who he wants to select. So anywhere you go, any part of the world you go, you're going to find that. A lot of players who normally make a team, they because of how the coach approaches the game. Look at when the coach went to Arsenal, them say, well, the guy that played for Germany.
Arteta.
They can't make him team. And not that he wasn't a good player, but he sees how he wants his team to play, and this man just don't fit in it.
But so many people, Anthony Bennett, James
Right.
Thomas, Eric
Yes.
Vernon, Cornel
Yes.
Learman,
Yes.
all of these players.
Right.
Pinky, I see people putting up Pinky.
Yeah, Cornel Learman went to the US on a scholarship.
Yes.
And it's wing back the coach play him. Wing back the coach play him.
Yeah. Is there any one player that you thought to yourself, like, this player was so good, he should have been in the national setup, and it just never happened?
Not only one, couple of them.
Give me some of the names and what you think.
Some of them names kind of escape me now. Ashman, who played center for it, is one of the best central defenders I've seen as a schoolboy.
Dwayne Ashman?
Yeah. He was part of the under 20 program, but he got a broken foot. His foot was broken in I think it was a training session. I don't quite remember. Yes, he was exceptional quality. Yeah. But
somebody say I must ask it. Let me just put up this one. And then I get back to it. Ask him about Daquan Harton. Left back.
Uh-huh.
You remember that player?
No, I'm trying to remember now. The school, what's the school?
Yeah, what you have to the school? You have to help me. So, but you're saying that Ashman, anybody else? Like, I mean, in your years of coaching, like you said, like, yes, that was Ashman. Anybody else?
But there's so many names, you know. Cousins, Ricardo Cousins.
I think like Kevin Deere underachieved.
Yes, without a doubt. You see Kevin Deere now?
Yes.
You hardly get Kevin Deere. In terms of, if you ask him, this is the physical program, yes? You want to accomplish this physical program, yes? And him sulk. But give him that same physical program and put a ball in foot. It's unbelievable. Just put a ball in foot, yes? And him do it without flinch. But tell him do it without the ball. And it's problem. Yeah, man.
See, some people, Pinky was Denzel Mitchell, man. You know him, man.
Yes,
he was from Kingston.
Yes.
And he came over. That's my friend.
Yeah,
yes,
man. He scored the goal with Cornell College in a game going at
right.
Jared Park.
And then you have Stevie Morrissey.
Yeah. God have mercy. That man was exceptional. That is a man up to this day. I can't understand why he never made Jamaican national team.
He was that good? You believe that he's that good?
What?
So what you think? Like I'm saying, what is it that the coaches?
When we won the cup, we beat the side from West 2-0, and he scored 2 goals in the Costa Cup final. Yes.
Yeah. Linval Dixon, did you coach Linval Dixon in high school? You didn't coach.
No.
That was before your time.
It was before I went to Clarendon College.
Yeah, and then Alton Williams. People, trust me, he's not going to remember all of the names. He's not. Yes, he's not going to. Morrison is still playing in Finland, though.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, he's still playing. He's still all right. And I see headpiece and God bless you, Mr. Waters, a great man, a mentor and a genuine father figure, and thing. And somebody's asking about if you coach Mario Harrison. You have to tell him the school and the year. He's not going to. He's not going
Harrison.
He's not going to remember too many persons, man. You can't just put up a name like that. He's not going to remember them. All right, so that under 17 team that went to the Youth World Cup, the under 20 team, that Panam team, you're part of the national program. Why some of these players never made the transition again to the senior ranks? What is wrong with our football? What is wrong with our football?
But as I say, the coach has a decision to make who he wants in his program. Yeah. In other words, if I was the national coach at the time, Some of these players I would selected them. Yeah. And somebody would have asked another coach, wanted other players, and wanted them at the team. You know? So the question is, there's so much talent out there. Yeah. The coach himself has a choice to make. Who he wants in his program, how he sees football to be played as far as he's concerned, and the kind of players he wants in terms of his team. Yeah, that is you know, that is normal how it goes.
Yeah.
It's not all of them. Some of them shouldn't make it, but not all of them going to do it.
It is sad because so many of those players out of Clarendon College during their time never. Winston Griffith, I know he made a national team.
Yeah.
Fana, right. Somebody's asking about Gumshan.
Yeah, Gumshan is I think he's in England.
Okay, and I see Digital Home Tech asking, what are your thoughts on a 20 bird or is it Tweety Bird versus Ashman? Who better?
No man, Ashman is better. Tweety Bird was physically stronger.
Okay.
Physically stronger, good player, but Ashman was more a head man. Think a lot in terms of the game. You know.
So what now? So talk to us now. What are your thoughts on Jamaica, the state of Jamaica's football?
René Simoes came here in 1994. René Simoes scouted the country, yes, and identified players, local players that he carried and played a lot of practice games with. We eventually went to Brazil, yes, and played a lot of games over there, a lot of games. He reached a point where he decided to look to England to infuse some of the English players, a couple of them into the national program, and we'll qualify for the World Cup. What have we done now? We take all the players them from England. I know the local players. We have not provided the kind of, and well, COVID is another thing, but historically, we have not provided the kind of, as far as I'm concerned, that's a blueprint he left here. Why can't we scout the country, look for talent, give them the exposure? World Cup football is every 4 years. So you spend 2 years, develop the team, give them the exposure, going into 2.5 years, you look at your team, you say, boy, what we can do now to bring in some of the English players, yeah, who can make a significant contribution to the success of the team. I think it's right they will follow. Also, Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey played for the team in Germany. He played for the team in England. Where has he made a significant contribution to those teams? As a winger, going down the wing and coming inside. Has he done that consistently for Jamaica over the past couple of games he played? He has not done it. He has not done it. Why? Why has he not done it? That is my question. Well, for me, he was too much inside. He's very good on the flanks. That's where he improved himself. Why was the program, the team was structured in that way to facilitate him and how his best avenue in terms of how he plays? It was not done. It was not done. You know, so that is we need to look at the talent. You got Pepe Goodison. You know, when it's find Pepe Goodison, or find the current national coach. There are players out there, but we need to get out there and try to find. Some of them might be in a little league that not necessarily is a top league in the country. Because when he found Goodison, what was he playing? At what level was he playing? I don't, you know.
Major League at Olympic Gardens.
Right. So it's the ability to spot that talent and realize that talent can go far. That is it.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
I see All right, let me get a couple more comments. People, listen, I'm trying to get I'm going to get as many at the comment, but at the same time, I want to make sure that Mr. Walters, these are rare occasions, right? These like rare goals. So when I get him, I have to get as much. All right, Fitzroy Bucky Barnes, Mark Anglin saying that Fitzroy Bucky Barnes, Camperdown, 86 to 89, greatest schoolboy football talent.
One of the best. One of the best.
Yeah, Flavor D Sound saying that Tweety Bird and Grumshan is from the 1994 CC team, and he's saying that he really wants to know Mr. Walter's feeling about the 1994 CC team. So what that's yeah.
It was a good team. Without a doubt, it was a good team. And me coming there in 94, yes? Because it was my first year at Clarendon College. And the kind of acceptance I got there from these players. I think that was the pivoting thing in terms of the success of the team. Yes, and we worked together as a group. As I said, although we lost to Herbert Morrison in I think it was the semi-finals of the Ben Francis. I had to play them again a week after in the Cup final. And we'll go home and we'll do homework and we'll come back to 0-0 full time and beat them on penalty kicks.
Yeah. And somebody, Alien Whittaker was in one of your teams as well. I know his name was.
He was part of the Clarendon College team too. And he went to the World Cup. And
right.
An outstanding goalkeeper at the World Cup. And he was never invited to keep for the national program.
That's the next mystery again. Yeah.
Serious something that.
Somebody's asking about Marvin Booth from Glenmuir.
He was a tough one in terms of his ability to play. He was somebody that you could put into midfield and destroy any team in terms of him how he play. In other words, a ball winner then. You know.
Yes. And Digital is saying that Brenton Lopez was your savior.
Potentially a goal scorer. Potentially a very good goal scorer also. Yeah.
They're asking if you remember the triplet from Glenmuir.
Lord have mercy. The triplets, it was very disappointing. I'm telling you the truth, it was very disappointing because the potential that those guys showed. I saw them play a game for Glenmuir one evening. You see? Yes. One of them took the corner. Yes? The ball came over in the box. The other one headed behind him. But when it's coming to the other one, you know. Yes? But coming behind him. Yeah? I see him turn and bicycle kick the ball in the goal. Three of them touch the ball now.
The triplet?
The triplet, three of them touch the ball. So the ball score that evening. Never forget it. Yeah? They had so much potential. Yes? But they were a bit distracted with other things, you know?
Yeah. I see Chris Simmons saying, top coach Jackie Walters, big up Chinaman.
Yes, Chinaman.
And then
Chinaman, man. Good player, very good player.
Shot a name change. Okay, he was at Glenmuir. Go ahead.
And when I went to Clarendon College, he came along, including also Zane Reed, who is now in Poland playing professional football.
Whoa. Well, it's so many people that would have gone through. Jackie Walters, that is
yes.
1,000. Brain Jen is asking, what motivated you to stay in coaching for so long?
A desire to help young players to realize their potential, not only on the field but also off the field. You know, a lot of times players get distracted. They come to football and think about they don't understand that the academics play a very important role in their future. You know, I can remember.
How so?
Huh?
How so? Because a man say want to be a professional footballer. Why do I need to do schoolwork?
That is exactly it. That is exactly it. How many players going to become professional football players? What percentage? How many players in Jamaica? What percentage of them become professional football players? A small amount relative to how many players are playing. So they have to understand that football can be also a vehicle to achieve academic success at a university in the States. They have to understand that. And some of these coaches or some of these clubs, all them doing is exploiting the youngsters. That's all they're doing. That's all they're doing. They're not interested in the some of the clubs are not interested in the academic development of it. They want to see look at boy, them see dollar sign in the youngster. Boy, if you can sell it to a couple $100,000 am I right? Eh? They're not fair to the youngsters. They must guide them properly. And some of these clubs not doing it.
Yeah. Someone, Ian Osborne is asking if you remember Chopper.
Yes, man. Fat Chopper. Very good personality. A very good man to have in your team, eh?
Yeah. So talk to us now. Why aren't you? Because you have been so involved in, like, when we think about that Camperdown team, for the over 10 years you spent there, Glenmuir, Clarendon College. How come you're not a part of the national setup at the youth level?
Well, that question better guide asked by the current JFF. You know, that question is I was invited about a couple of weeks ago to be part of the youth program, to be part of the youth committee that they set up to establish a path in terms of development. And that's all. I've not heard anything since then. Nothing since then.
Okay, but prior to this, you have never been not been contacted since 2005.
Since I've been a part of it, no, never.
So from 2005, and we are in 2021, 16
Yes.
years.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago is the first time.
Yeah.
When we have had so many youth teams going through.
Yeah, man.
What, you're out of football? Is it that you're out of football, or?
No, sir. I was never out of. I can't be out of football until God rest my soul. Eh?
So what is it? Is it that? I mean, what is it that? Because I know they have all of this thing about A license, B license, and all of those things. What are your qualifications in terms of licensing?
I have been to England. I've been to Mexico. I've been to Holland myself, Liebert Alleman, and the late David Hunt. Yes.
Wagga.
But yeah, Wagga Hunt. All these places we have gone and got qualified as coaches. Yes. And they have licensed us based on those, on those criteria that we did. And where I'm also disappointed is that we have been running coaching courses over the years, and I have never been invited. And the coaching courses that I've been on abroad, they at least invite a guest coach to come and sit down and lecture. You don't have to be a particular instructor of the coaching course, but lending some experience to the younger coaches coming up. I've never been invited to be part of that.
So you have never been invited to be part of the coaching school to coach other coaches?
Never been invited. Never.
And you're saying that other countries have invited you to help them?
No. When I go on other courses abroad, okay, they've always invited coaches that have been somewhat successful, if you want to put it that way, to come and sit with the class or the coaches and talk about his experience as a coach, so he can impart some knowledge to the younger players, to the younger coaches.
So have you ever, spoken to them and said, listen, I am available to come and help develop some more coaches across Jamaica. If you need me, just like, here's my number, call me.
After I spent so many years in football, I must go to them and say that to them? No, sir. That's not me. I'm not begging them nothing.
Some of the times when I hear these things, I'm wondering if like something, because I see the current president of the JFF is from Clarendon, so he must be a Glenmuir man as well. And you're at Glenmuir.
He's a Glenmuir past student.
Yes. And he would have probably been part of the team management at some point because I know he used to manage the team there as well. So I'd have known of all of those things. So I am thinking that I don't know of any other coach in Jamaica who has had, in terms of championships and winning, been more successful than you? Maybe there is. I don't know. I think you're the most success. You have the most titles. Or is there someone who has more titles than you?
The only person would be Emerson Henry.
Big Henry the Russies.
Yeah.
Because he has several with Russies.
Yeah, man.
But you have more. But he has more with one team.
Yes.
But you have more overall.
Yeah.
And you have done it at Manning. I think you're one of the only few coaches that has also done it at Manning Cup and the Costa Cup as well.
I think that's 3 of us.
Frank Brown as well.
Yeah, and Derek Tompkinson, the Englishman.
Oh, it's only 3 of you?
I think there was another coach recently. I can't remember his name now.
Somebody else did it recently.
Yeah. I don't quite remember.
Who is it? I know that you and I know Frank Brown. Oh my God! I'm going to remember the next person, but the Englishman and there's one.
Oliver Clue.
Oliver Clue did it as well.
Clue did it at States and at States, I think.
Okay.
I think so. I stand corrected.
Right. They're asking if you have coached in the Premier League. Yes, he did coach at Portmorant United.
Yeah. Portmorant, Galaxy, and Galaxy also.
Yeah. And somebody's asking about Keith Kelly, Sean Favor, and Shamar Thompson from the 1999 under-17 that you were in charge of. Like
Keith Kelly, Keith Kelly was actually invited to Paris Saint-Germain to train.
Yeah.
Yes. He did that stint at Paris Saint-Germain when Ronaldinho was there. Sean Fraser, top class midfield player.
Well, he had a hard time staying in the national team.
Yeah. That thing there. You see, as I say, is the views of the coaches, the players, the people that are involved.
So what would you do differently? Because we can't have so many youngsters just coming up and just like going through the system and I don't think we capture 5% of the talent.
No, even this as I said, mentioned before, the early entrance into high school. Some of those youngsters, I have a youngster here now, we call him Speedy. Yeah?
You're at Monroe now.
At Monroe. His name is Jason Wilson.
Yeah.
Talent can't done. He's just 14. Very good talent. He's not part of our the Costa Cup program. Yeah.
Okay.
But there are a lot of youngsters out there that has not gotten the opportunity to.
So if you're invited to be part of the national program, what aspect would you want the senior team, the junior team, advisory role? What area of the football at the national level do you think you can contribute to? No.
I want to help.
Are you the best able to help?
Yeah. I want to be able to set up a structure, a proper structure in terms of age group development. Yes? In other words, if we can find the 25 best players in the county of Surrey, and you know that at least once a month, they're going to come into the National Training Center and they're going to work out for that weekend. Yes? And you do all the confederations that way. Yes? Over a year, you get them, they go back into the communities, you liaise with the various coaches to ensure that they've been provided the kind of training environment necessary. Yeah? So you do that over a year. At the end of that year, you can begin to look at a smaller group, which you begin to give international exposure. So you're bringing them 13, 14-year-old into your group, or 11, 12, or whatever, and they spend that time. And you can afford, that's a problem again, affordability to give them international exposure. Because that is critical if these players are going to improve and develop. Critical. And I think I'm disappointed. The private sector not playing a more important role in terms of developing young players in this country. Yes, I mean, even in the Manning Cup, you look at the sponsorship of the Manning Cup, and some of these companies, when you see it on TV, yeah, and you see these advertising boards all over the place on these companies. I'd like somebody to tell me, yeah, those for the almost 90 minutes we see those things. What's the value on that? Eh? What's the value on that? And does it reflect what ISA actually gets in terms of them remunerate them sponsorship? I don't know. The private companies need, especially those companies that have benefited in terms of consumer support, yes, for their various products. But look at them, they can afford it. They can afford it, but they're not interested. They're not interested.
Yeah. Chris Smith saying Jackie Walters, great coach. I see a next person here that you're from a great community, the Bell Brothers, Alan Skillcole,
Yes,
Neville
man.
Oxford.
Actually, when I was born, my father named me Jackie after the famous baseball player Jackie Robinson. That's how I got the name Jackie.
Oh.
So it was a bit of luck that way, you know. Somebody that rub off, you know. Mm.
So you're a baseball. But I mean, who are some of the top talents that you have seen in Jamaica's football?
I said Peter Cargill.
Peter Cargill.
What's his name again? We used to play for us at Era Blake. Top exceptional. I mean, Ricardo, the same Cousins, the same James Thomas, you know, Pepsi, same Adonis Maxwell, quite a few of them, you know. I'm calling Liam another exceptional goal scorer.
No. Okay.
You know?
But I mean, just generally, when you talk about Jamaican football, in all the years of watching, you know, like, are there like 5 persons like you think like these are my 5 top Jamaican footballers of all time?
Wow, what I see play?
Yeah, that I mean, coming from probably as far back as Lindy Dele Pena all the way to the present day team now with Mikel Antonio, Lee and Bailey.
The top of the line is Alan Skillcole.
Yeah.
Diego. When you go watch them, I see them like magic here watching them.
Who?
Diego Garden and Alan Skillcole. You had a player named Arthur Latimore. It's a joy. Forgot to see them go watch them and they play.
Why? Tell us about what was Arthur Latimore about that it would be?
It's like they make the football. Like them and the football are one. It's difficult to describe. We are watching. You have to be there to see it. Yeah. Neville Oxford used to play for KC.
Yes.
McLean we used to play for KC. Them on the KC 64 team at the stadium.
Yes.
Man. It was something else. Yeah, man.
So when you are around to watch that caliber of football coming through the year,
man.
when you look at the present national team now, what do you think?
Them the talent there. If they get what them this present day, you could have spent you could have put your money upon it. The talent, the kind of players that they had them time there, and were to get the kind of exposure and the international exposure that these players getting. Man, yes, man, excellent man. Them man they would have make a free long time. Because when George Sampson, that group of players that George Sampson was in charge of. Before George Sampson time, you had Sid Barker and the man there. The man. Special.
Yeah, that team. I mean, I talked to Neville Oxford and John Harris and those guys, you know.
Yeah, man.
A good group of players coming through that
man.
time. Then you had the era of the Lenny Hyde and the Denton Hutchinson.
Teacher, yeah, man.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
is out there at. I mean, looking back at your career, is there anything that you look back and say, boy, you know, this is the one thing I'd love to have accomplished?
Huh.
Or you think you have accomplished
help,
all? Yeah.
No, to help to set Jamaica on a right path in terms of football development. We're still lacking a lot in that area. Still lacking.
And what needs to happen for you to get there?
Well, I
do you have a money? Eh?
I don't want to say it. I mean, if you're not part of the organization, yeah, you know, or if you had the resources then, yeah, to set up a proper. But it has to be national. It has to be. It can't be done else. It can't be personal and private. I don't believe that. It has to be national in terms of to benefit young players right through the country.
Yeah, I have so many comments. I'm going to run through some more of the comments because we're having so many of them. People are trying to get through as much of them as possible. But you're a true legend, and so you know that there are many comments. You know, so I have to just scan through. Devon Porter saying again, Jackie has spoken about that all the time, but on a broader scale about finding the best players in Cornwall, Middlesex, and Surrey, and have them into a camp twice a month. I think you're suggesting that earlier. And then this person is asking, what was the difference between Shavar Thomas and how he managed to transition from the youth setup to the senior setup over Fraser and Keith Kelly?
Well, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know what the story is with Keith Kelly. Because I say he went to Paris Saint-Germain. I don't think it worked out there for him. So I can't really address that. Sean Fraser, I think Sean Fraser was simply given a raw deal by the national program. A raw deal.
Yeah. Then I see Leroy. Somebody reminded us about Leroy Minot from Galaxy.
Yeah.
Kevin Lambert is an ex-player that you coach as well.
Yes.
Very good midfielder.
Yeah.
Many people are wondering why isn't he in the national setup right now? He's the next one that everybody keep wondering why isn't he a part of the national setup?
That's a damn good question.
Omar Daly.
Yeah. Again.
Yeah. Fana Griffith. There. And then somebody's ask Jackie if you know the player them called Tapazuki, aka
yes, man.
He played on that Winston.
Excellent player that too.
Team from Clarendon.
Yeah, man. Quality.
And then Blue Mountain is asking your top 5 best Jamaican strikers of all time.
Wow, Luton Shelton, without a doubt. Tiga Davis. Who is? I don't name them escape me now. 5. That's 3.
Luton Shelton, Tiga Davis.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can call names. You can tell me about Walter Boyd, Ricardo Fuller.
Yes.
Yes. Who else I can call? Dean Burton.
Well, Walter Boyd was part of it, you know. Yeah, Walter Boyd was part of it. That's 4. But from the early days, some good. Jumpy Harris. Exceptional goal scorer. Without a doubt, exceptional goal scorer. You know. But there are others, you know, but it's difficult to just name 5.
Yeah. And there I see Camperdown man here saying, big up coach, I was here during the glory days, late 70s to early 80s. Kevin Keegan, you're a very good friend, said, what is your thoughts on the 1988 Camperdown team?
Exceptionally good team.
Yes,
they won the Walker Cup, and I think we underachieved 87 and 88. I think we underachieved. You know.
Yeah, underachieved. What do you think was the cause of that? Was it that the other teams were better, or
not necessarily that, you know? But for me, the level I would have loved to take that team. The whole nutrition program wasn't what it should have been. So you really can't push them the way you want to push them. Eh? That's how I saw it. You know.
How important is like that aspect of the game, the whole like management? Because part of the issue we have seen with the national team is not the on the ball, on the field stuff, but just the whole administrative management and leadership of the program. How important is that to a team on the field play?
It's very
or
important.
can they be separated?
It can't be separated. You must interview Quinston Boxill. That's the man you must interview. Of team management.
All right. Yeah.
Top class.
Top class team, Clarendon Boxill.
Yes, man. He managed the team to the World Cup.
Oh, but he got a raw deal. I don't know that.
Yes, well, that's another thing again, That's another thing again.
Yeah, he got a. I don't think he wants to.
Management is so critically important. Any team is successful on a consistent basis. Check management. Check the management.
Yeah. Okay. And that's it. You know who this is? This is Digreds.
Yeah.
You remember Digreds?
Yes, man. Digreds.
from Galaxy at Calabar.
Yeah, man.
It's Calabar.
Yeah, Calabar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come from Portmore.
Yeah. Big up, Digreds.
Yeah, man.
Yes. Somebody said, Coach, remember, said Danny and Pepsi was out in the semifinals for the 1988 team.
Yeah. They were injured, yeah.
They were injured. So you got knocked out at the semi because the Adonis Maxwell and Troy Pinnock never played.
Yeah. Danny had an ear infection and I think Pepsi had an ankle problem. Yeah.
Oh, Danny did tell me about that.
I never remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So so you're saying that the team needs good management. I think the team because that is important to how the team plays on the field. All right. Now, one of the questions I want to ask you, because you have worked with a lot of youths, right? So there is a young player, a couple of young players that have a lot of time for. One has not been called up. Of course, I don't know why, but just tapping into your knowledge base. One is one called Kahim Paris, who is playing in Slovenia.
That is a disgrace. Why is not called for the national team? A disgrace. The man, look here. The man that born to score goal. Lionel Messi. You see?
Yeah.
The coach had some team he wanted to play. I think it's on the beach. I don't quite remember. Yeah. And he was short. And he just randomly went to his house. And him asked Messi's mother to make him come join the team. Messi's mother said no. Yeah. And the grandmother insisted that the boy he must go. Okay. And when he went to the first ball and rolled Messi foot, Messi stand up. And the boy keep foot and roll out. And the next ball come a Messi foot. That is something that is divine. God hear that. No coach can't hear that. You hear me? Some of these players. It's a gift them get divine intervention from the Almighty. What Messi do? No coach can't tell them. Coach can't tell all them things we see, do. No, sir. And it's just that they provide the environment for him to develop. But exceptional, also an exceptional player. But compare the two of them,
I didn't hear that. There's a little
work hard to achieve one.
Okay, you're talking between Ronaldo and Messi because there's a little, you're breaking up a little bit.
Yes. Ronaldo is a hard worker. But Messi is natural born raw talent. Yeah.
So how this, because you're saying that it's a disgrace that Kahim Paris is not in the team.
Yes, man. Without a doubt. He should have been in that program.
What about Tyreek McGee? Because part of the reason is that they're saying that how do you manage a player like a Tyreek McGee who has some skills going forward, needs to be developed, but not very good defensively, And there's always this argument you need to be, because I'm very sure that you have had players in your team that they are not the best defensively, but they offer so much going forward that you really, how do you as a coach, how do you manage players like that?
Well, you have to first structure your team in such a way, yes, your team organization then, that it compensates for that ability to go forward, for him to go forward with that freedom to go forward. You have to structure your team that way. You have to realize his potential. Or is it that he's not strong enough, physically strong enough to deal with that aspect of it? Is that would appear to me that's the problem. You know, but he definitely can be an excellent game maker. Have we developed him? Have we given the necessary attributes to contribute when we lose the ball?
Have you ever had to coach a player like that?
We done that? Eh?
Have you ever had to coach a player? Yeah.
Yes, man. Try to balance it, yes, with the kind of player around him. When the same guy from Arsenal was left out of the team, the guy from Germany, I don't remember his name now.
Ozil.
And what Wenger's comment was, you have to get the type of players around him. He can make so much contribution in terms of attacking football that you have to get the type of players around that allow him to do it and compensate for the kind of hard work you expect from him in defending. Not that him don't defend, but you need the ball. Yeah? Him don't necessarily go and be a good attacking to help you score goal, but also will do it. Will score. And you provide opportunities for your team to score. So it has to have balance.
Yeah. Tell me a player that you go ahead.
If you had if you had in the old days we call schemas, yeah? Schemas can help you develop the playmakers and provide opportunity for you to score. The man who is content to score the goal. If you don't have a schema, he's not going to score. Eh?
A schema, you have to explain that to us, because the non-footballing brains don't have a clue what you mean by that.
So you have to the schema is kind of a midfield player who will set up the attack and create goal scoring opportunity for the strike the ball at the goal.
Yeah, hold on a sec, coach. We have a call coming in. Let me see. Hold on a sec, coach. Hello? Welcome to I'm Sure Sports.
Yes, Sir Manning.
Yeah, man.
Carlton, Bucket, Simmons, and Kevin Keegan, and Mark Andrew. You're the coach, you know?
All right, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Carlton?
Yeah.
Bucklehead.
Coach Walters.
What they call you call it what? Buck leg or
Bucklehead. Yeah, bucklehead.
Yeah, man.
Or bucklehead. Bucklehead. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Coach Walters.
Yeah, man. What's up?
Yeah, you're not going to hear him, man. You're not going to hear him, but he's hearing you. But go ahead, and then when you finish, you can listen.
Okay. Coach Walters, just want to big you up, because
man.
People have to recognize that you are coaching decade upon decade. 30, 40 years ago, you are coaching and successful, and you continually doing it with players.
True. Bless up.
Anything else you want to say about Bucklehead?
Yeah, man, just want to big respect to Coach Walters, because we just want to big respect to Coach Walters and when doing football for you for many years. Bless up yourself, and because of you, a lot of us have been successful in life.
All right. So you're going to listen up now, and he's going to respond, all right? Yeah, man, all right. Blessings, Carlton. Yeah, go ahead. You can respond now, Coach Walters, to him. Go ahead and respond, Coach. Yeah, man, Mr. Walter. Coach Walters.
87-88 team. He was...
Yeah, okay.
Bucklehead was part of it. Now, he was part of the 87-88 team, Bucklehead, along with Pepsi and Vance Wall and a couple of lads. You know, they were part of that group. You know.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, man. Knew the family very well. You know.
Right. So you
As I
say,
usually do most of my players.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, it is amazing that 40 years in it and have a wealth of knowledge, and the national program have not tapped into this. They're establishing coaching school, and you have your expertise, and it is so easy. It is so easy to get in touch with you. But are there coaches that really you talk to and you try to help? Coaches that you work with
Yes,
to
yeah,
make them
without a
better?
doubt. But I also do a lot of research into football. Yeah, read about the various coaches, and any information I get, I have a cadre, I have some of my colleagues out there. I will just send the information to them to expand their knowledge. You know.
Who would you say are some of the the top coaches now, like some of the coaches that in Jamaica's football right now, you say, these are some good coaches and they need to be involved in the, you're glad that they are involved, or they need to be
My
more
generation,
involved?
well, without a doubt, Lieber Taliban, Dr. Dean Weatherly, MC Henry, you know, I think these people are considered we are considered old men. We forgot to sit on one side and not be involved, you know. But I think we still have a contribution to make the development of football in this country. But people just don't see that.
That's
People just
Jackie
don't see
Walters,
that way.
Jackie Walters,
Yeah.
Emerson Diggy Henry,
Lieber Taliban,
Taliman,
Dr.
and
Dean Weatherly.
Dr. Dean Wesley.
Dr.
What
Dean
about
Weatherly of Cornwall College.
Dean Wesley? Yeah, man, Cornwall College, man. Yeah, man. What about the Wendell Downswell now and the Neville Bell and those? What are your thoughts on them?
Well, but automatically they are also part of it. I just name a few. Bell exceptional. Wendell Downswell was a quality coach. Both of us worked together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But which one of the young, which young coach have you really liked?
If you're farming,
no, you go ahead, man. If you're farming, you go ahead.
See him, Sean Fraser. No, Sean Fraser. You know.
Yes.
Well, most of them coaching now. Quite a few of the players who I used to coach are now coaching, and their experience as national players in terms of the youth program. I thought that the players you want to utilize, you know, and give them the experience. Ask some of us, the Weatherleys, the Bell, the Downswell, to come and help them to develop as young players. You know, what they do in Holland, when you have a coach, a young coach for that matter, what normally happens is that at the end of the day, they sit down with senior coaches and they discuss the football and they help them to develop as coaches. We don't do that in Jamaica. We don't do that.
Whoa. A very, very, very interesting, sir.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'm glad that you still have a desire to really help with the national program. You're still pouring into players. You're still out there developing youngsters at the schoolboy level. It seems to be a passion of yours and thing. So I'm happy. I'm happy for that. But I like what you said, though, that you need people like you in the system, helping. And this is what I'm trying to figure out. Why would we have a coaching school and people like you, Herbert Halleman, for example, Dr. Dean Wesley, the Downswell, people like you have been around the Never Bells,
versus Bell, yeah,
are not involved in the youth setup. Like I'm trying to figure it out. Like what is the, even if you have younger players, coaches, why can't there be an integration so the wealth of knowledge that you guys have can be shared with them so the legacy can continue? What is the hindrance? Like, that's what I want to find out. What is stopping the synergy between the groups of coaches in Jamaica, where you have a young set of coaches and they are so distant away from the great minds like you and the Herbert Alleman and the doctor. There's a gap between them. How are we going to bring both sets together for the good of the football?
Right. I think that is more or less the responsibility. Well, there's a coaching association, but I think the federation has to play a role. I mean, even ask us, when you have your coaching courses, ask us to come make presentation at the coaching courses. It don't necessarily have to be part of the curriculum per se. Yes. But as I said, based on my experience, based on Dean's experience, based on Alaman, to make a presentation, they can ask questions, ask us questions. I think that would be a tremendous contribution to coaches' development.
Yeah. What if somebody say, well, if somebody say, listen, I want to take on the Jackie Walters philosophy of coaching. I want to apply the Jack, people say pep of a coaching style, clap of a coaching style. How do you explain the Jackie Walters philosophy of coaching, the Jackie Walters style of coaching? That when we look at the Jackie Walters Camperdown team, when we look at the Jackie Walters Clarendon College team, Glenmuir team, Monroe team, we can say, yes, this is a Jackie Walters team.
There's almost a common thread running through all of them. I mean, when I was at Clarendon College, they used to style the team as a little Brazil. Yes? They kind of put on the ball, play the ball around, ball circulation, look for the opportunities to go forward. That sort of thing, I mean, you lose the ball, everybody has a responsibility within that role, within the team to react and try to get them understand. As this coach would say, Mourinho, the two most important moments in the game is the transition moments, from attack to defense and from defense to attack. Yes? They describe it as 4 moments in the game. Your team have the ball, your team lose the ball, the opponents have the ball, the opponents lose the ball. But a man say, your team have the ball and the opponents win the ball. They lose, you lose the ball, but don't the opponents have it? But what they're trying to emphasize, when you lose the ball, how does your team react at a particular moment when your team loses the ball? That's critical to that in terms of defending when you lose the ball. How quickly you can recognize that when you win, that moment you win the ball, is it a counter-attack or is that not possible? You keep possession of the ball. Those are the things that we young players have to understand. And it can't happen overnight. It cannot happen overnight.
Yeah. I see chat behind. Yeah, man, Bradley Stewart, because Mr. Walters and Bradley Stewart, he told you, they worked together at the under 20. I think his first time he worked with the national team, he worked with Bradley Stewart as well. Kingley Wellington is saying that in CCT,
and I think it was 19. Earlier it was Steve Buckner. I also worked with Steve Buckner.
I mean, Steve Buckner is one of those minds again. A coach, a referee, FIFA referee, and an ICC umpire. I don't know if there's anybody else in the world that holds that distinction.
None.
Yeah. So we're supposed to be speaking with him. Great mind. But Kingley Wellington is saying that in the CC team in 1996 and 1998, all the balls come through me before we attack, which is part of your philosophy. So when you look at so when you look at your kind of a team, it is a team that possesses the ball.
Yes.
All right, because I'm listening to because I listen to a lot of football stuff and about the game, and I heard some people talking about the sport, and they were saying that, listen, possessing the ball is good, but you don't need to possess the ball to win football, because there's also a style of play that doesn't include possessing the ball, but you have to create a style of play, because one team may want to possess the ball and make a lot of passes and stuff, but that may not be your style, but you can still be effective not possessing ball. But we have a call. We're going to pick up on that. Yes, caller, go ahead. You're live.
Hello?
Yes, caller, you're live on here.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, man.
Mr. Walters.
Yeah, he's hearing you, man. Go ahead and talk, and then he'll respond afterwards. Yeah.
I want to ask him a question, you see. Mr. I remember as a youngster at KC 1982 final where I talk about when Camperdown beat KC 2-0. There was some guy named Mark Salmon scored a 2 goal. I was a young just of KC and I was in the stadium that night. But I want to ask him a question. You see, man's one.
Yeah.
As a coach, well, Mr. Walters, if there are other coaches that, whether international coaches, local coaches, club coaches, international, that he like takes ideas from or admire the way they coach and take some of those coaches' philosophy and put into his own, and who would be some of those coaches, like past and present?
Okay, yeah. You want to hold on, or are you able to listen?
No, I'll hang up.
All right.
Just ask him that question.
All right, don't hang up yet. Let me make sure you heard the question, Mr. Walters.
Yes, man, I heard it. Yes.
All right, so he's going to respond now. Thanks for the call, Soti.
All right.
Yeah, man. All right, so you can go ahead and answer.
I don't know if I'm getting the right pronunciation, but Michel from the Dutch coach, that coach Cruyff. That coach Johan Cruyff, the 1988 European Cup champions. He coached Cruyff. Also Arsene Wenger, yes, and Pep Guardiola. Those are my, who I did a lot of research on and take some examples from them.
So Arsene Wenger,
yeah,
Pep Guardiola,
and the coach that used to coach the Dutch team where they played
Cruyff was playing.
Yeah. I think he was voted coach of the century. Michel from the Dutch coach. I don't quite remember his full name or I'm getting the pronunciation right. But those are the 3 people. Okay. And of course, my experience with the Brazilians when they were here. They have to influence my coaching philosophy. I said, Brazil is my World Cup team,
When you say the Brazilians were here, talking René Simões?
Yeah, Simões and Clovis de Oliveira, those coaches, yes.
All right. So you name 3 coaches because part of his question is what have you taken from them? What are some of the things that you learned from them that you have?
How they play the game in terms of how they organize the teams. Yeah, how they move the ball, the style of play, what they use. It's refreshing. It's people. Some people love them kind of football, and the kind of players that they use in the system. Those are critical things that you try to understand, and why with Pep now he has a particular approach to the game, how he organizes his players, how he moves the ball, yeah. And by moving the ball, he says he'll move the opponents and try to get behind them and try to develop his attack, But these coaches have a lot of information, and you're not going just blindly follow everything them say. You look at it and see what they're trying to do, and you must now formulate how you're going to approach the game.
Okay. As someone here is asked, this is a caller saying that Rinos. Mikel, the Dutch 1974 coach. That's the person you're talking.
Yes, he influenced Cruyff. Cruyff went to Barcelona and changed the whole and they won the European Cup after I think quite some years they didn't win it. And Pep was part of that philosophy that Cruyff developed, and probably produced the best club side we've ever seen.
Oh, so I suspect you follow Barcelona as your club team?
At that time.
Okay, so who you follow now?
What follow now?
Liverpool.
Well, I'm still and always an Arsenal fan.
Okay. Oh, you're
Still and always.
What do you think about now? I mean, because Jurgen Klopp is one of the top managers out there. What are your thoughts on his kind of play? I mean, this high press, fast play, moving, diagonal passes from the
You mean the
back.
Arsenal coach?
No, that's the Liverpool coach.
Oh, the Germans.
The German, yes.
Yes, there's something to get from that also. But I think the new man on the block is the guy from Chelsea.
Oh, that is the Chelsea's coach.
Yeah.
He's German. He's German. Tuchel.
Yeah, he's also
Tuchel.
German.
He's
I
German.
think he has
as
some
well.
very good ideas also. Very good ideas.
Yeah. What do you identify from his kind of play so far?
How he organizes his team. Yes. And try to get as much players pushing forward as possible, getting into the opponent's box, you know, and scoring, you know.
Yeah. All right. We have a next caller, and here we go. Yes, caller. Welcome to the show.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Go ahead and shoot your question, and then our heal up Mr. Walters, and then you can hang up and listen.
All right, so first I must say big up yourself, Mr. Jackie Walters, and thanks for your contribution to youth in Jamaica in terms of sports football. My question to you is, I take a lot of heat about this. People cuss me and people tell me I don't like my own people because my philosophy is that I don't think we should go to another local coach. Do you think Jamaica should go for a local coach, or we should look elsewhere outside of Jamaica?
All right.
That's one of my questions. That's my question. And then the other question, I said I'm gonna ask this question to management. You know, when I hear about all these great players, and then when I see a man like him bumping else to come and broke all type of schoolboy record, Premier League record, to this nobody move the record, and where you put that guy as a striker? That's another question. So I'm gonna listen in and hear what he has to say.
All right then. All right. I'll ask him his question, and then I'll answer the one he asked me. Yeah. All right. So his question to you is about the national team. Of course, we have a coach now. Would you use a local coach to coach the national team, or would you look for someone outside of Jamaica?
My point is that does the national coach has the kind of international exposure and is aware of what is happening in terms of the new trends and new development in the game? Because it's the only way we're going to survive, and I say understand that. Yes. So one could find a coach out there, yes, who has that experience. Can we pay him? Can we afford to pay him? I don't think so. This guy, I see him name a guy, Ricky. What's his name? Rick. Coach at I think it's an MLS team.
No, lower than it's not MLS. It's a separate thing from the MLS. Is the league that was operating, and then MLS came in and put them aside.
Okay. So what his experiences? Does he fit the kind of experience that we need in Jamaica? That when he comes to Jamaica, he can facilitate young coaches in Jamaica to develop also, or somebody working along with him that probably could eventually take over the team. Those things has to be considered. Because my problem with us local coaches is that we are not in the kind of coaching environment, that will cause us to excel at the international level. We don't have that kind of exposure.
That's the local coaches.
Yeah, that's the local coaches. We don't have that
like
kind of
said, because which means you're also including yourself,
yes,
which is,
Of course.
Yeah.
When Carl Brown was part of the program, he spent months in England with some other guys. You know, are we affording experience or local coaches? I think there's one abroad now that used to coach Jamaica College. He used to coach
Miguel Coley.
Yes. have we monitored him to try to find out, at what has been his experience as a coach, and is it worth bringing him back now to take over the program? All these things we have to try to find out. So it is important. Local coaches can fit the bill if they are given if they are afforded the kind of opportunity to get that kind of experience internationally.
Okay. I see what I mean. So, and if you don't have that international thing, it don't make any sense because you're dealing with players who are primarily playing at the international club level.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that point is a coach of the day to one of the levels. I won't say which level. Yeah. And then when I acquired, what is this man doing here? I was told that he can learn on the job. Rubbish! Learn on the job? And you're a national coach? Come on, man. They're better than
that. You said no learning on the job at the national level.
Not at that level. Learning, yes, but you must have a certain level Pedigree. In terms of the experience and your coaching knowledge. Eh?
Yes. So you don't agree with any coach coming on who going to learn on the job. You must come in with pedigree.
You must come in with something, man. Especially at a senior level. If you're going to bring in somebody, you have to have somebody that have the level of experience that will help, help to guide that person, like a technical director and the coach working. Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right. I see Fabian Full asking, yes, he's still coaching and he's at Monroe. They have not had a good start so far, but we'll see what is going to happen. I think they play again Saturday.
They will play States on Saturday.
Yeah, yes. So,
looking forward to that one.
And let's see, we're going to take a few more. Let me just remind you of a couple of things. Thanks to all of you who are watching. Remember, please hit the like button. We can't have the legendary 40 years of coaching experience. He's going to watch this when the video is over, and I don't want him to be watching it and there are less than 100 likes. So you have to hit the like button. Over 135 watching at this point. So please make sure you hit the like button. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Also want you to know that tomorrow we're going to have Wayne Palmer. All right. Don't miss any Wayne Palmer, but you have some very small footballers in Jamaica, right? Wayne Palmer, Richie Moncrief, Donald Hewitt, and Durant Brown. You can say Sharty Malcolm. Some very footballers of small stature, but they were tremendous in their time. And so tomorrow we're going to have him on the show at 11 a.m. to talk about his own journey. Did you coach Wayne Palmer at Galaxy?
No, I think I left Galaxy at the time.
Okay.
I think a long time now.
Yeah, man. So let me get a couple more. Coach in 1990. This is Chris Smith saying that coach the 96 CC team and the 98 team. Which would you say was better? What are your thoughts on the 2004 Glenmore team compared to the 96 and 98 CC team?
Wow, that's a difficult comparison. I think the 98. Well, the 98 team, I think, won the triple champion, and the 2004, partially won. And the 2004 won the triple champion outright. So you have to use that as a benchmark. The one that won everything, clean sweep.
That's the 1998 team.
The 2004 Glenmore team.
Oh, they won everything. Okay, so that is a benchmark.
And they scored quite a number of goals. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So let me say this. Listen, this is such a great interview. Just hearing some of the things that you have accomplished and some of the things that you have on your heart that you'd love to see in the football. And like I said, the record shows that you have been the most successful coach at the schoolboy level in the history of Jamaica's football. No coach has won as many titles as you have, right? And you did it in rural and urban settings. When you were at Camperdown, it wasn't the biggest program. I didn't even know that it was KC you defeated in the finals.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, what was that like for you? Like your first, that was your first Manning Cup win.
No, man. Over KC? No, with me.
No, man, like championship.
No, man, it was 78, 79.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was that the best feeling for you, or
beating KC in a final? Oh, yes, man.
What was that like?
Can't get better than that.
What was the atmosphere in the stadium? Tell us about that.
Fantastic. Them the day there was schoolboy football. Those days were schoolboy football days. It was tremendous.
Yeah.
KC Camperdown in a final.
Packed stadium.
I don't think it was packed to capacity, but it was large.
Yeah. All right. We have one more surprise for you, so I want you to listen. I'm not going to call out the name. You have to tell me if you can recognize the name. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to tell him a name. No, don't tell him a name. Just talk, man. I'm going to see if we can pick up the name.
Well, I go on Gaffa, can't call coach no more. Gaffa, you know. Too much more call him coach.
Aye.
Coach, Gaffa him name.
Okay.
You know who is starting coach?
Pepsi.
You pick up your voice already, no, so you have to just say your name.
No, and because that, you know, one of the few people call me Gaffa.
I make you know some history, though, man. Hear me, I say, the coach is a man, you know. You see, all when war in our community and them thing there, gunshot a fire, the coach come pick you up still and a drop where I've seen him, we are training, you know. So the man, you know, come in like a regular man, you know. The man a real father figure, straight up and down, coach father, I take care of you, see him way. A greatness, man, a greatness you gotta look on right there, man.
Yeah, man.
Let's go and bless up yourself, coach.
Aye. Yeah, man.
But try, you and Adonis let him miss out on a championship, man. You get injured in the semi-final. How could you do that? You couldn't strap it up.
Oh, no, man, I saw it go, man. Injuries cause them championship there, you know? But the coach produce a lot of wicked ballers, man. No for man. No for the man them know a coach and them thing. That's why me don't want to call him coach, you know? Me don't want to smart him up no more.
Yeah, he's a gaffer. All right, I'm going to let him respond to you. So just you can hang up now and listen, and then I'm going to let him respond.
All right, brother. Take care of yourself, man.
Yeah, man. All right, blessings, Pepsi. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
man.
coach. He's listening, so you can respond.
Yeah, man. Special days them there, you know, in them time there. Special days, you know. It was a commitment to ensure that these players are exposed not only to the concept of the game, but lifestyle that made them into true fathers, you know, in a sense, you know. It was really a good time.
So you used to go and pick up them when gunshots firing
man.
And all them things and bring
Yes,
them to church?
every time. Oxford Street.
You're not committed to the program, man.
Yeah, man. Every time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. So you're more than you're a mentor, a leader, father figures to them, a protector.
Everything. Yeah, man. Without a doubt.
Yeah. How good was Pepsi and Adonis?
Exceptional. Way above average. Way above. I mean, one of my favorite moments in football.
Yeah.
Was the first 10 minutes of a game we played KC 1987. In the first 10-15 minutes, 3-0 we have them down. 10-15 minutes, 3-0.
Yeah.
Adonis and Pepsi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. The game
at the stadium?
Yes, man. The game we end up winning the game 3-2. Yeah.
They said that KC came back.
Yes, man. 3-2 we win. We won 3-2. They said, I think those 15 minutes is probably the best 15 minutes I've ever had in a football. At any level. Them 10-15 minutes there.
Whoa, who was playing the football at Dennis and Pepsi and who?
Yes, man. With Buckley and Ratty, called Ratty. Yes, man. I tell you, man. Pele, Banswal. I tell you, man. Ball roll.
Yeah, boy, so many times you hear these names, you wonder what happened to some of these players, why the transition wasn't made into the national setup.
It's sad.
And you know, that's always. Yes. But I mean, you're a very great and sharp mind. I'm so impressed that, you know, sometimes people get to a certain age and they stop learning. Yeah. I'm so happy that even at your age and with all the success that you have, you're still learning stuff from a Pep Guardiola who's a younger. You're still learning and improving your craft. And, you know, and that's what I'm saying. I can't understand why an individual like you is not at some level in the national program. You know, at the youth level, with all the success that you have had. And I'm sure that on this platform alone tonight, we have had over probably 50 players that you have coached. Talking about how good you are. And everyone had the experience of some level of championship.
True. That is true.
And so I want to thank you. I hope all of these players, I don't know if it's Camperdown that needs to do it, or Clarendon, or Glenmuir, or R3 need to come together, but there needs to be some Jackie Walters monument, some Jackie. Seriously, it is time. I'm saying this. It is time for us to duly recognize the greatness of the people who do football in Jamaica. We recognize, and have no problem with people recognizing other sports, but we recognize cricketers, we recognize track and field athletes, but there seems to be a scant disregard for people who have done. You took a team to an under-17 World Cup. We finished second in the Pan American game under your leadership.
No, that was the coach at the time.
But you were part of the setup.
No, I was part of the setup. I was there, but I was with the female team at the time.
Okay, right. Fine. You coach Manning Cup, you did well. You coach Costa Cup, you do well. Every time that you have been a part of the national program, the youth teams accomplish some things that they have never done before. Still yet, there's no due recognition.
True.
And I think it is time that all of us, and we the people, need to start demand that the people in leadership, we need to start it in the same way we protest for some other little trivial things that come and go. It is time that we really stop and check. How can a person have 4 Costa Cup at Clarendon, 3 at Glenmuir, 3 at Camperdown? That is 10. We're not talking about Ben Francis, Olivia Shield, Walker Cup. We're not talking about those things. Listen to the names that he has coached. And nothing at all. After 40 years, it is sad. And let me say this to you people. I don't know if you know this, but this is the longest interview that Mr. Walters has done.
True.
It is a sad thing, and I think it is time for us to come together and begin to lift our voices to make some of these changes. We cannot continue as a nation like this. We just can't, because if we don't appreciate where we're coming from, we'll never truly enjoy where we're at or fully appreciate where we're going. And so, Mr. Walters, I hope that the powers that be, I know you're not, because you never come on the platform for this reason, you come on the platform for us to just talk football, and I know I can always call it, but I really hope that this whole, a move begins to change some of these things. There's no footballer probably in the last let me say it this way. There are very few footballers in the last probably 15 years who have come out of Clarendon who would not mention their name. At least some of the top ones.
True. That's true.
And so I personally want to thank you. Behalf of all the persons here tonight, I want to thank you for your time, for talking to us, and for sharing your history. I know you didn't get all the details, and people, I hope you understand. And listen, if you forgot your name, listen, I saw it go.
Yeah.
You understand? We know you're good, but I just saw it go. Certain name just forget sometimes. Man, I get old. You understand?
Senior moments. Senior moments.
Senior moments. So please understand that. I say Chris Simmons. But Shamika Jackson is from outer Clarendon, so you need to make this happen. You're a CC girl. See your next CC man down here talking. You need to make some things happen. You understand me? Due recognition. We're saying, China man, we need to do some things to make some things happen. And then I see Christian Sir, what are your thoughts on Paul Hall coaching the team? I think he answered that already, in a very diplomatic, political way. But I don't know if he wants to add anything to that.
I didn't respond to Paul Hall.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
I don't know. I've never looked at his career as a coach, and to find out, exactly his thoughts in terms of the game, So I couldn't make a decision. I couldn't make a thing on that,
Yeah. But what I mean, the final moments are yours. You have many of your past players in here bigging up. I mean, what do you want to say? I mean, what is because we are 2 hours. I mean, it looked like 15 minutes, but it's 2 hours and 15 minutes. So what do you want to say? In fact, hold on. Let us give away some credit to a lucky winner. All right. If you can tell us the Premier League teams that Mr. Jackie Walters has coached, you will win for yourself $500 credit. All you have to do is tell us, right? I don't think any are going with because I see him telling somebody in the house the answer already, So I don't think any of you going with. So don't even bother try. Somebody in the house going to answer it right now. So you need to hurry up and answer it because people answer it. All right. I see one man have. Nobody don't get the answer yet, We're looking to see. We're looking to see. I see one person have Port Morant. That's wrong. CC Travis Pess of Portmore Galaxy. That is wrong. I see Stephen Mitchell have Galaxy and Port Morant. I see Jenna Ford have Galaxy. Shem have Port Morant Galaxy. Jenna Ford has Harborview and Galaxy. Justin Graham have Galaxy and Harborview. All right. So you see all of these names. So nobody don't put all of the rest. So come on. Time running out, Nobody don't get the answer yet. Mr. Walters, tell them they might take too long for type. They won't let somebody else win it.
No, but the thing on the right.
Huh?
Galaxy and Harborview.
Galaxy and Harborview are the 2 Premier League teams you have coached.
Yeah.
You didn't coach Port Morant.
Port Morant didn't. When I was there, they didn't play Premier League.
Okay, so the answer is the answer is Galaxy and Harborview. So the person who actually had the right answer is Jenna Ford. Jenna Ford is the winner. All right. Jenna Ford is the winner. I hope because Port Morant were not in the Premier League, and he never coached the Portmore senior team. He coached but didn't you coach Porting Central as well?
Yeah, but that is after they were never in the Premier League at the time.
Oh, okay. So the answer,
right.
there you go. The answer is
Hold on. Mistake. I did a short stint with Portmore.
there you go.
Yeah. See the moments again.
See them more. So it is Portmore.
There are three then.
Portmore, Harborview, and Galaxy.
Yeah,
Did anybody have that? Let me see if anybody have that. But you know, we're just gonna give it to Jenna Ford.
Okay, all right.
So Jenna Ford, here's what you do, right? We're gonna put up a number on the stream. There you go. That's the number. Just right now, you just send your name, your service provider to this number, and you'll win for yourself $500 credit. All right. Right. Yeah. And then we are also going to send credit to our special guest tonight as well.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. So he's going to get his own special credit tonight. And then so we're going to send credit to you, Sir Walters, and then Jenna. You just send a WhatsApp message or a text message to this number, and we'll send the credit to you. Yes. All right. So there you go. Sporting Central, Harborview, and Galaxy. So there we go. But yes. Anything you want to say in closing, Mr. Walters, and then we will.
It's just that one would hope that, you know, Jamaica and the powers that be begin to set a solid foundation for the development of football in this country.
Yeah.
So we still have ways to go.
Yeah. Did you coach Cartagena?
Yes, man, I did. Yes.
At Camperdown?
Yes. 82, 83. Yeah.
Oh, he was part of that Peter
Yeah,
Carter
he was.
as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Mark Anglin is reminded us. Mark Anglin was a part of the team as well.
Yes, man. No, I later down the road.
Okay.
Not an 82 team. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So listen, people, I want to thank you so much, every single one of you, for joining, for staying with us. Remember that tomorrow. Right. All right. We go do this. Remember tomorrow at 11, we're going to have Mr. Wayne Palmer, who is going to be on discussing his journey in football. All right. Want to say again, big thanks to Mr. Jackie Walters, not just for the interview, but for his time in football, for his contribution to football in Jamaica. Yeah, and so want to thank you so much. Thank you for coming on, and I hope this will open, the minds and the hearts of people to do something in honor and recognition of your great service to the sports. I hope that the powers that be will find a way to have you integrated in the youth development and functioning of football in Jamaica. I hope that your Monroe team will do well. I will be watching. Sir. Yeah. Yeah, man. This person I never answer. I never ask him Ron Nelson question. This person. Let me just ask that before you go. He's asking about Ron Nelson, Bumpy. You know that striker?
Yes, from Portmore.
Right. He's asking you about, because he has done so much. He has the most goals in
Premier League
in one season. What are your thoughts on him? How good a striker he is?
He was a tremendous goal scorer also. But did he get the right opportunity at the senior level?
Yeah.
Did he get that? There was also a player but I had at Delmar named Johnson. He was a tremendous goal scorer.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So people, there you go. That's the show for tonight. What a time it was. Time well spent with a legend. I mean, indeed, Sir Jackie Walters, for over 40 years of service. And in this, we really want to thank you. I want to thank every one of you. I want to thank our sponsors, Strict Nick, for sponsoring this video, for sticking and staying with us throughout the journey. You know, the Strict Nick is a Jamaican owned and operated company in Canada. They use authentic Jamaican herbs and spices to make all their products, and they're offering 25% discount on all their products. Yes, 25% discount. They have a great shipping plan. All you have to do is to visit them. You see it in the banner right there at tricknick.ca, www.tricknick.ca. The link is in the description, and in the description as well, we have their link to videos so you can learn to cook and prepare some stuff using their products. And when you visit there to shop, right, www.tricknick.ca, you use the code I am sure sports 001, one word, and that will allow you to get 25% discount off. Again, thank you for joining. Thank you, Mr. Walters. Thank you for all our subscribers, all the persons who like, all the person who has shared the content. I want to thank you so much, right, for staying with me tonight, for being here, for the questions that were asked. I mean, I may not have put up your comment, but I certainly appreciate you watching the video with us. To all the moderators who helped me in the comment section, I want to say also a big thank you to you. Listen, have a blessed night. Stay safe until we see each other again. Listen, if you're driving, please drive slow, right? I mean, if you don't have to go out, stay home. Enjoy your family. Things are unsafe right now. You understand me? So just please stay safe. You know, let us look out for each other. All right? Until we meet again tomorrow, have a blessed night. Let me leave you with a word from our
Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.